Hi, I'm Jeff, and I'm the manager of the Landscape Architecture Department here at WEBB & Associates. Well, if you Google landscape architecture, you come up with some pretty basic things like gardening and park design or whatever, but we bring planning, we take the programming and design from the architecture field and apply it to the engineering field and make places livable and make placemaking. So typically, the way landscape architects have been used here at WEBB, the engineers plan out a development per the developer's requests, the typical number of houses or the size of the building, things like that. And whatever space is left over, we fill in with plants, trees, and some irrigation. And what I try to bring is a lot more beyond that, where we can help with the design, the planning, and helping the client understand that there's more than just what they're used to. There's a whole box that needs to be explored, and we're here to open that box. We have to really think about the future when we're thinking about something in the present. And that's where we go beyond just plugging in plants. All of our landscapes need to be functional too. I mean, that's what engineering is. It's like we're getting water from one place to another, we're getting sewers to one place or another, we're getting automobiles from one place to another, we're grading, we're moving dirt around. The same thing with landscape architecture. It has to be functioning when it's finished. It can't be a maintenance nightmare. It can't be something that you keep pouring money into. It has to give something back on its own. I mean, as managing for the last little over a year now, I've got to know the guys really well, and they've all shown me what they can do and what they're really good at. So we have a great technical group. I mean, everybody's technical. They know how to put these plans together. Obviously, in an engineering firm, they have to be technical. But we also have a good design sense. They're all very anxious to do different things, and it's a bright future for all of them. One of the advantages of my experience and careers, I think, is that I had a wide variety of projects from residential all the way up to SoFi stadiums. So it's really good to see the breadth of what we can provide, and it also, the wider our range of projects, the better we can survive the downfalls of economies and things. You can always find something that works. So yeah, when I first got here, we were really blessed with a new type of project from an old client of mine, and we competed against some other top-notch landscape architectural firms, and we ended up winning the greening study for the Baldwin Hills community. And they had a neighborhood that had connectivity issues, they had speeding issues, graffiti, a lot of the common complaints that neighborhoods come up with when they start to get over-urbanized. And we created this greening plan that associated traffic, stormwater management, and connectivity all in this one plan. We came up with about 7 different projects, from street widening, bike lane inclusion, bridges, median planting, street trees, things like that. So the whole thing was about a $30 million idea. And that's the kind of work that we like, because we're creating the work. We're opening the eyes of our clients to say, look at all these things we can do. Scale is an interesting concept because, yeah, we do the tiny little residential jobs, which if you're thinking of scale, it's small, it must be really easy. But residential usually the hardest. A lot of hand-holding, a lot of detailing. With our park now, the Green Valley Park, it's a 33-acre park. It's actually a great project. It's the biggest park that Paris has ever had, and we get to put a lot of components into it. The hardest part is toning down the desires of the client. We have to have that knowledge to be able to tone them down. Yes, it's a big park. Yes, you can fit a whole bunch of things into it, but you only got this in your budget. So we have to be conscious of our clients' budgets. We keep track of what's going on in the economy as far as how much things are costing. So we want to make sure that we give them the most that we can and still maintain a quality project. Some of the most iconic destinations in Southern California were designed by landscape architects. So I like the story of Burton Green. Back in 1900, purchased some land in Southern California in search of oil. Instead, he found a bunch of water hired a landscape architect to design a residential neighborhood, and today that neighborhood is turned into Beverly Hills. So that Beverly Hills development was about creating something new, and that's a prime example of how landscape architects can manipulate space and make placemaking. So WEBB has an incredible advantage of having all these in-house services together under one roof. Our clients can benefit from the fact that we take form and function together to provide the highest quality projects. So from my year of being here, everybody has used the landscape architecture department amazingly well. But if you can imagine, you're only scratching the surface of what we're capable of doing. So bring your projects to us. Let's brainstorm, let's open that box. I'm sure we can get you thinking of things you never thought of before, and you can get us thinking of things we've never thought of before. And together we can bring that to our client and create an amazing project for them.